to easy Mediterranean cooking. During our lockdown, let's concentrate on eat well and cook well. To cook healthily or to lead a healthy life, you must start by having your own herbs and your own vegetables if you can. I am very fortunate because I have a yard which I have changed into a vegetable garden. At the moment I have a little nursery here with some basils and some flowers and some green beans growing over there. We have some tomatoes there, some strawberries over here, and I have some fresh herbs. I have sage over here which is flowering at the moment. I have thyme, I have rosemary, I have violet basil, lemongrass and mint. Let's get into the kitchen. Today we're going to talk about pasta. Pasta is one of the most important dishes in Italy. It comes from wheat, which looks like this. Pasta comes in many types, like this, and it can be whole wheat or white. You can also find some buckwheat pasta, and you can find it freshly made, like egg pasta or with water, but just worked by hands. Today we're going to learn how to make a simple tomato sauce, which can be the base of many types of sauces you can have with your pasta. Tomatoes are really the golden fruit. In Italian, you call it pomodoro, which means the golden apple. Tomatoes for sauce look like this or like this. You can also find it already ready in a can, like this. They are called peeled tomatoes. There are also sun-dried tomatoes, which are these tomatoes put into the sun to dry with some olive oil. Not many people know that tomatoes give their best when they're cooked because they release their vitamins. Other ingredients you must also have in your kitchen when you make a tomato sauce are onions, fresh or dry, and chilies, which you can dry by yourself if you grow them in your garden, or you can buy them in a powder. The rest of the ingredients we will use today are bacon in cubes, anchovies, capers, olives, Parmesan cheese and zucchini. But how do we cook pasta? With boiling water. So what you have to do, you prepare one pot for your pasta and one pot for your sauce. And you put some water to boil. You need to put into the water a pinch of coarse sea salt. While the water is boiling, we prepare the sauce. We start by chopping some fresh onions. If you don't have it fresh, you can use sun-dried onions, which are exactly the same. It's just their water has been taken away. Now the onion has been chopped. We can now fry it. Let's take some olive oil. We slow the fire down and we let it simmer until it is cooked. Now that the water is boiling and that our sauce is simmering, we can put the pasta into the water to cook. Remember that you only need 70 grams of pasta per person. Fly, my pretties! Leave it to boil for 10 minutes, as it says it on the box. Now the sauce is nearly ready. Let's season it. Some sea salt. Few leaves of fresh basil, you can have it. Purple, red or green. I like the purple one. And you take 1 spoonful, a small one, of cane sugar. Our pasta is ready. Let's drain it. Let's put it back in the pot and add the sauce. This is 100% vegan, but if you are a vegetarian and you do not dislike Parmesan cheese, you can give it a nice grating of Parmesan cheese on top. As you can see, I made a lot of it. So let's put it away in one of those nice jars so we can have it for later. For this recipe, we used 70 grams of whole wheat fusilli pasta. We used 6 plum tomatoes, fresh. We used half of a fresh onion. And we used some fresh purple basil, salt and pepper, and a spoonful of sugar. Our sauce, we start with the basic. The first sauce we are going to make is called pasta all'arrabbiata, the angry sauce. As garlic is not in season at the moment, I use dry garlic now. It's as good as the fresh one. For your angry pasta, as we said, you need garlic, our tomato sauce, and our king, our own dried chili. As usual, we can use either long grain pasta or short pasta. Remember that real spaghettis are made like these, because when they make them, they hang them on a piece of wire and they leave them dry. As usual, we use a spoonful of olive oil and then we add a little bit of dry garlic. Then we take 1 real red, hot, very hot chili. We open it and we use both the seeds and the skin. We take some of our sauce and we fry it in. We leave it simmer. All we need to do is wait. For your amatriciana sauce, This is a very famous sauce that comes from a place called Amatrice, where last year there was an earthquake. Come in, cat. Hello, cat. Now, for this sauce, the cat comes in because we have bacon. We need to use some bacon. You can either fry it in a little bit of olive oil, or you can fry it in within its own fat. You add in the sauce that we made before with the chili. You let it simmer, and in the end, you grate in some pecorino cheese, which is quite like Parmesan, but it's made of goat's milk. You can have a vegan or vegetarian version of this pasta. You just need some grilled zucchini to put instead of the guanciale, which is this part of the pig, which in this case is your bacon. For the vegan recipe, just remember to take the cheese away. Our fourth sauce is called pasta alla puttanesca, which means slutty sauce. Per la pasta alla puttanesca, slutty sauce, we need some capers, washed away from their salt, some anchovies, some chilies. You also need some olives. I like to use black olives. As usual, we start with our basic sauce. Remember, in this case, you can have a vegetarian version as well of the slutty sauce. Just remember to use sun-dried tomatoes, which are nice and salty, instead of our anchovies. So we finished our first glass. We used 13 plums tomatoes to make our basic sauce. We used it for a plate of pasta. With the rest, we made 3 other sauces. Arrabbiata, we just added very strong chili and garlic. We made amatriciana, so we added very strong chili, garlic, build up, and guanciale, which is kind of bacon, and if you are vegetarian you can use zucchini instead. And we made puttanesca. You can see the 2 versions here, the one with the anchovies and the vegan one. I know what you want to eat, cat. See you next week for our second appointment of easy Mediterranean cooking. And now, some coffee. Arrivederci.